Yo, what's up world? This is gum.mp3. Welcome to my studio, which is really just my apartment where I got stuff everywhere and I'm set up on my couch with my computer. Today, I'm here to talk about my album, Wagenmuzik 2, and break down a song from it. Hopefully you guys can learn something along the way from the way that I think about producing songs and how I think about mixing genres. So yeah, I'm gonna open up a project file, we're gonna get into it, and hopefully you guys can pick up some tips and tricks. So let's do it. Let's get into it, baby. All right, I am set up on my couch and I have the project file open for a song called Strip Game. Now this song I worked on for a bit in 2023 and it just now got released in 2026 as a part of Wagenmuzik 2. On this song, I'm basically remixing a track by my friend Leon English. It was a scrap track, so it never even came out, but I'm basically reworking his vocals into a new context, right? And he sent me some vocals for an R&B track that was originally around like 100 or 110 BPM, if I'm not mistaken. And I had the cool idea of what if we turn this into a Jersey club track that transitions into a New York drill beat and then also has an acid element to it. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how I tried to achieve that. Now I have Leon's vocals pulled up here. There's around 10 layers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 12 layers even. And I'm not really doing too much to his vocals. He's already processed them the way that he likes to process them. I kind of just added some saturation, as you can see here. I compressed them a little bit, and I'm using Timeless and Fab Filter Reverb to give it some delay and some space, that's all. Let's take a listen to these beautiful, beautiful vocals from Leon English.
Can I get a minute? I just want to see. Can I take a close up, girl? As a matter of fact, I wanna touch you, darling. I know you're just falling for me, dear. Can we strip your clothing? And can we play this game? I wanna play this game.
So as you can see, we have some beautiful atmospheric and sexy vocals from Leon English. I don't really have to do too much to make this into a good song. At least that's how I feel about it, right? I want to take advantage of this atmospheric feel of Leon English's vocals by introducing a melodic stab that is soft and textured and kind of a little bit dubby, that doesn't do too much melodically. Like I needed to, be present and give a little bit of atmosphere and kind of introduce the swing and swag of the song, but without overpowering Leon English's vocals. So I have this track here, track 23, where I've recorded the synth sound, and it's really just two notes if you listen to it. Like I said, it's quite simple, very straightforward, just two notes, kind of gliding around on the downbeats, that's all. But when combined with his vocals, we get a really nice atmosphere.
Can we strip your clothing? Can we play this game? I wanna play this game. Can we play this game? I wanna play this game. Can we strip your clothing?
So from here, all I really need to do now is add some cool drums. And I'm a big fan of the Project X guys out of Jersey, specifically Rodney. I think his remixes are really awesome. So when trying to compose the first chunk of this song, I knew that all I had to do really was get the club vibe going. So I need my kicks to kind of have that do, 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 that kind of feel. And I'm just gonna put hats on the upbeats, very simple. And then I fill in the other spaces with this bullwhip sound. You gotta have the classic kind of Jersey club whip sound. So I tried to piece it all together here. Here's the drums. Let's mute those vocals. I tried to put the whip crack in a kind of swingy placement, Let's bring in the hats. So now we got a really really good vibe going. It's swagged out, the drums feel good, it feels like a proper club track, but every element is still kind of simple. I'm trying to keep it simple, you know what I mean? I don't want to do too much in the song because I don't want to have the complexity of the instrumental overpower what Leon's doing with his vocals, because the vocals are the most important aspect of this song for me. They're what give this song its character, and I really love the quality of Leon English's voice. So I'm trying to maintain that as like the main character, as it were. So as we progress in the song, I'm using the acid element very sparingly. It only shows up in 2 chunks of the song. Here after about a minute in, and then later in the song about 3 minutes in. So it's not like the whole song kind of transitions into like a breakbeat acid track or anything like that, no. I'm just trying to use this acid element to introduce a new texture, but still retain some of the swing. And what I love about Acid 5 is how you're able to adjust the accent, the placement of the accent with the knob. I like to listen to a track and adjust the accent in real time so I can kind of hear how the swing is being placed. And I think this sequenced arpeggiation really suits the atmosphere of this song, and the accent is like exactly where I need it to be. Let's hear how I'm able to incorporate this acid sound into this kind of club space that I'm working in. Now let's hear it with the vocals added so you can get a sense of how this acid sound is underscoring what Leon English is doing with his vocals. I'm gonna take the kicks out actually. At this point, I've accomplished some of my goals already, right? I have this acid element, I have some banging Jersey Club inspired drums, and I'm still retaining Leon English's voice as the main character of this song, right? Now, the big thing that I need to resolve now is how am I going to transition out of this Jersey Club sound into a New York drill beat pattern? Whenever I'm wondering how to transition between 2 styles that are a little bit different, I try to think of it from the lens of a DJ, right? Because I am a DJ. And what I settled on in this case is that all I need to do in order to switch from this Jersey Club beat to this New York drill pattern is have a rewind and a siren. I try to pull influences from, different cultures, whether it be like the Jamaican dub culture or whether it be like, UK jungle and breakbeat swag. I'm trying to bring that kind of swag to this song as well. And that's how I settled on, a little rewind, a little siren, some raga vocals, and then we can get into the New York drill beat, right? So let's kind of hear what that sounds like. Now, I'm not usually the biggest rap producer or drill producer, but what I took note of when I was listening to these references is trying to have the placement of the kick and snare be just in a tight, kind of swagged out pocket, and then I can kind of fill everything else in after that, right? Let's listen to just the kick and the snare. So I got some nice swag going, right? Nice kind of evenly spaced out, swingy swag. Now I just kind of fill in the hats. And what I decided to do with this is I have these UKG shuffle hats that I've actually cut up, spliced, and changed it to a different pattern. And then we bring in the atmospheric stabs again. now it's starting to sound cool, right? Now, the other element that I'm missing from this drill sound is the way that they like to use 808s and kind of glide and slide them around for these kind of different distorted effects. I don't know how to do that, number one. So I'm trying to find a way to have my sub be exciting and interesting without me needing to know how to do those glides and slides. So I have a sub bass loaded up, and you'll see that I am in fact using a UJam UFX Lo-Fi plugin with the low end fat preset. I got the mix pretty aggressive. I got low end boost cranked up and warm drive cranked up. Basically just trying to saturate it, make the sound a little bit more fat, have a little bit more presence. And if you look at the MIDI notes, right? Play this on the push because it's easier for me to just kind of noodle around as opposed to clicking stuff in. And that way I get to maintain these kind of human imperfections without having to worry about an overly quantized bass pattern. So what I'm basically trying to do with this bass is I'm trying to have this interplay between the bass and what Leon is doing with his vocals, while also having the lower end notes of this bass line follow the kick, right? So with the low notes here I'm highlighting, I'm trying to follow the kick pattern, and then with all these kind of like high note melodies that I'm trying to do are interplay with what Leon is doing with his vocals. It's kind of hard for me to explain because I don't know music theory that well, but you'll understand when you hear it. So let's hear this section with Leon's vocals and with all of the New York drill elements that I'm trying to add. So when Leon is doing that, what shall we call this game? I'm trying to mirror that with the bass. So I'm doing do 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 do. You know, trying to mirror what he's doing with his vocals on the bass line as well. And it's kind of difficult for me to do, but I think it worked out really nicely here. Let's hear them alone even so we can compare. It's just the vocals and the bass. Let's see. Let's bring the kicks back. And the snare. Yeah, bring the hats in. Hold on. I got so excited I kicked my tripod a little bit. So now we're at a point where the song is sounding really cool. I got this drill element, I got the club element, I got the acid element, and I'm still maintaining Leon English's voice as a main character. Now, if we take a quick glance at the arrangement of the song, you can kind of see these chunks and how I've arranged the song, right? In the beginning, we have the basic Jersey club element, and then you'll see where I'm breaking in acid 5 here, and then back to the Jersey club, using the effects and the rewind to transition into this drill pattern I have here. And then in the back half of the song, basically I'm just switching back and forth between these two existing arrangements before I try to have this kind of danceable break at the end of the song. I hope you learned something from the way that I was able to break down the song and my thought process. I want to say another thank you to UJam for having me, and thank you to you guys for sticking out this long if you made it to this part of the video. I appreciate you guys for listening to me ramble about the way that I approach music. So Wagenmuzik 2 is out now. Please give that a listen if you have the time, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Until next time.